Rec League podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Good Pies Podcast, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 133. Available now. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, bro? I just watched the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. It's a new World War II era spy action thing, movie, story, film. And it's starring Henry Cavill, Alan Ritchson, Isa Gonzalez, Henry Golding, Alex Pettyfer, Till Schweiger, Babs Olusomokin. I feel like I butchered the shit out of that. Carrie Elways is directed by Guy Ritchie. He directed Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch, Swept Away, Revolver, Rock and Roller, Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, Aladdin, The Gentleman, Wrath of Man, Operation Fortune, Ruse de Guerre, and The Covenant. Some highs, some lows, long career, solid overall filmography. You got a group, you got an unsanctioned mission to take down some Nazis, basically. The British government is not acknowledging the ongoings, but the goings on are going on, and they're going on with Henry Cavill, Alan Ritchson, Henry Golding, hero Fiennes-Tiffin. I forgot him at the top. Isa Gonzalez, and they're trying to impact the World War II, you know what I'm saying? And I think they started marketing this movie around the time Argyle came out. Matthew Vaughn, Guy Ritchie, their styles are in the same ballpark. Matthew Vaughn got his start later, so I always felt like his style of filmmaking was like a cousin of Guy Ritchie's style. But and it's also fire that Henry Cavill worked with both of them this year. But yeah, like I enjoy these trailers. Like it looked like Henry Cavill. It looked like Guy Ritchie was making his own Inglourious Basterds, and he did not. It's not as good as Inglourious Basterds. Like Tarantino is just such a high bar to meet, but the Guy Ritchie style is there. The quirky dialogue and performances are there. The pacing was good. I was never bored. The cast chemistry is really what drove this movie. And then they show these real characters at the end of the movie. None of them look like any of the actors that are portraying them. The ending had some cool information, and the character that was referenced at the end, the person that I want to play that character next was actually in this movie, and it's not who you think it was. This is a very fun, enjoyable, like it's not like a Saving Private Ryan, American Sniper, Lone Survivor war movie. The backdrop is war movie. The plot is spy movie. Like we make the joke on the podcast, Guy Ritchie is never not working. His next like 2 or 3 movies are already announced. One of them comes out in January. I know Isa Gonzalez is cast in like his next 2. But yeah, like aside from Operation Fortune, like he's had a really, really solid stretch over the past like 5 or 6 years. The Covenant that I just saw for the first time the other day. My theater didn't get it last year, so I just saw it. Very good. But like maybe the most non-Guy Ritchie, that and Aladdin are just like not at all his style. but they're two of my favorite movies he's ever done. Ungentlemanly Warfare is definitely Guy Ritchie's style, and it works. So with all that being said, man, I will say that in my opinion, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare is dope. Have you seen the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare? What you think? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. I put up a review last weekend for Civil War. The weekend after that, Monkey Man. Upcoming, right around the corner, Abigail. Next weekend, actually, in a few days, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2. Next weekend, Challengers. The weekend after, we're in May. We're in summer movie season. And I'll try to watch and review The Fall Guy. Jerry Seinfeld's Pop-Tart movie is going to be on Netflix. I want to watch that, but go to Letterboxd for the review. We talked feel-good movies on the podcast most recently. Fun, very fun conversation. Check that out. Like, subscribe, comment, find me where you find me. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.